Hi, hello there, how are you? Good. Yeah, I'm alright, thank you. I've parked my car 4.5 miles away down in Inveraray, and I've just cycled up about 4.5 miles along the 83, which has been okay, it's not been too bad, and just turned right onto an old forestry track. Now, according to my computer, I've got 5.5 miles now, all uphill, and around about 1,300 foot of climbing. So I'm going to take a couple of layers off now because it's going to be a hot one. So the plan is, I've got around about a 44-mile loop, which again I'm going to do overnight. I've got all my camping gear with me, just on the outskirts of Inveraray, between Inveraray and Loch Awe, and there's a lot of climbing involved. So like I said, 5 miles. I'm going to just stick this steady up here, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it on the way up. 3.5 miles left of this climb, and it's in steady away. There's ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs, but nothing too steep. And I had to bring my rain cloud with me, didn't I? Clearly the forecast wasn't meant to rain, but this is my own personal cloud. It sort of like comes along and, you know, just keeps the dust down, keeps things cool. 1.2 miles left to climb, steady away. I don't think there's been much more than 12%, and they've been rare. Going all right. The rain keeps coming on and off. It's a pretty manky sky, but it's only been the odd light shower so far. Anyway, 1.1 left to go. I'm nearly up now. I'm just sheltering from the rain for a couple of minutes. It's just turned itself on a little bit. I'm just up near this wind farm. I've not got left to climb now, but it's looking pretty manky where I'm going, so I'm just going to hang on here a couple of minutes, see if it blows over. I'm near the top anyway, so I could always put my waterproof top on. I'm not going to get too hot, but no point getting soaked at this stage at plays. Still climbing. I turned a corner back there. I got in within about a mile of the hill that was showing on my pooter, and I turned a corner and it stuck another 3 miles on. So far I've done 11 miles and almost 2,000 foot of climbing, so that gives you an idea. So I turned the corner off the road at just over 4 miles, so nearly 7 miles of climbing, and the majority of it has been climbing. There's a few dips, that kind of stuff, but it's uphill. But it's quite spectacular up here. It's nice now it rains off, but I'm not far from the top now. I'll probably think about another few hundred yards or something like that and I'm at top, and hopefully that'll give me views down over our destination for this afternoon, which is Loch Awe. I think this is the highest one of them all. I'm up at the top now. I can see rain. Just short of 20 miles now. The last time I had the camera on, I was actually heading down towards Loch Awe, and then the path swung a right, the track swung a right, and just threw in a cheeky little 1 mile climb, which was decidedly unpleasant. But now this is all downhill down to the road at the side of Loch Awe, and that'll take me past the halfway mark, so I'll cycle alongside Loch Awe and see if there's anything there, because it would be nice to camp down there. Alternatively, I can go on a little bit further into the route, and then there's obviously the climb back over. I've got to go back over the top again, but it's not quite as there's not quite as much elevation. I think it's only about only about 1200 feet opposed to 1800, something like that. Anyway, we'll head down here now to Loch Awe and then pick it up when we get near the bottom. I've been cycling along Loch Awe now, but there's no camping. It's very, well, there's quite a drop down there and it just seems to be stone. I've had a good slow cycle along and had a look, but there don't seem to be anything. There's a load of barbed wire up there where there's any chance, and I couldn't get through or over it. So I've got a little short way down here, probably about another half a mile, something like that, and then I turn left and then go back onto the tracks as if I'm heading back over the tops. So first decent, I mean, it's, what time is it, Mr. Wolf? Nearly 6 p.m. So I'll turn off onto the tracks and then first decent flat spot we'll take that and we'll get settled down. So I'll see you on the track. Okay, I'm done. This is not perfect, but it's got great views. There's nothing wrong with the views, but I'm going to I'm actually climbing back out now, so it just around this corner starts to get steep. There's yellow and red sectors, so I'll save that in for morning. I'm actually going to try stick it right there on the side of the road that way, so my head will be up towards the track. I don't think it's used often, if at all, this track. That's where we're going. Let's get this tent up. Okay, it's up. I've not laid in it yet. I'm pretty certain it's not going to be flat, but it's up and it is a nice view. I mean, we did get a nice view of Loch Awe after all, didn't we? Even if it wasn't down by the shoreline. So very happy. Right, I'm going to slip into something a little bit more comfortable and then I'm going to make something to eat. It's 7 o'clock-ish, 5 to 7, so it's about time, isn't it? And then I'll send Mrs. Boardman a message. I don't know if I've got a signal. I've got the InReach with me, so I can use that. Right, let's get some tea. Right, all snuggled up inside now. It's quite warm and well, touch wood, there's not a lot of wind, so it should be a quiet night, if not a midge infested in the morning. But I've got another dolmio tonight and a dolmio sauce to go with it. But because I was doing a lot of climbing day, I'm going to fire in a bit of yakisoba as well. Yakisoba. So that's that tonight, and that'll keep me full. And then in the morning I've got something to eat, scrambled egg with cheese, and just to celebrate over 3,000 foot of climbing and 25 miles ish, a drop of rouge. Welcome back. 8:15 and I can hardly keep my eyes open. There's something wrong with my eyes. So today, all good really. I got up the hill far better than I expected. I mean, it was a 6 mile climb with. Well, I can't remember last time I did a 6 mile climb. I will have done on a road somewhere, but not on a mountain bike and not on these surfaces. So I was very happy, and I'm tired out now, but I was like, I was up at 4:30 this morning. The best bit I've got to say is when we're up near that wind farm, because ultimately it was like it was like driving through a wind farm estate, because there's all these little roads off going to these turbines, and you don't know if they're the route that you should be taking or not. So like a bloody old cul-de-sac, so like going up one and going up another. So ultimately I ended up having to stop at every single turning just to make sure they were on the right track and all that kind of stuff. So it was a bit frustrating because I took up a couple of wrong turnings, but it was also quite funny, and so that was good. And then the drop down towards Loch Awe was excellent. I thought I might have got a camp actually down on the loch shore, but there was just nothing going, and I'm pleased with what I've got here. It's okay. A truck's just gone past, and I stuck my head out of my tent as they were going past, and he waved lights, so I don't know if they're a farmer or somebody working on the top of a hill or not, that can do it. Anyway, a great day. 27 miles I actually did, and 2,972 feet of elevation. which is enough for any old bugger's legs, isn't it? Tomorrow's a bit easier, so around about 15 miles to go, but it's right from the get-go. It's straight uphill, up to 1100 feet, and I've already eaten into a little bit of that. And then, whilst there's a couple of ups and downs, it's mainly downhill all the way back to Inveraray, so that's not going to be too bad. I need to check the forecast. There was a bit of rain kicking around in the morning, and I'm hoping it's not going to be around. So, right, I'm done. I'm going to finish off my wine, and then we'll pick this up back in the morning. Thank you. See you soon. Bye the new. Morning. It's what time is it, mister? It's 10 to 9. Great sleep last night, absolutely fantastic. Well over 10 hours, and there was rain throughout the night, but it was just steady, and just stopped in the last 45 minutes, so I just managed to get packed up and all's ready to go. There was just a welcoming party of slugs this morning. They are horrible little things. They do get everywhere if you give them a chance. So I was just getting my cycling helmet out, and I was just like checking in through all air vents just to see if there were any slugs hidden in there. The last thing you want is to put an helmet on with a slug crawling around your lug oils. Anyway, I'm having to shift around now because the midge are out. First things first, around about 2.5 miles all uphill, very steep, so I dare say there'll be a bit of pushing goes on, but we're fine with that. If I can stay on the bike, which I have done so far, I'm going to do that, and then 15 miles back to Inveraray. So probably, well, with all the uphill to start with, certainly a few good hours or so to get back, and then the drive back to Arica. So we'll pick up some sights and sounds on the way back, and we'll let you see what it looks like. Right, without further ado, let's go. Moving along now. I'm right at the foot of what appears to be 1.2 miles of certainly hard work, if not a bit of pushing, and then I don't even know if this actually takes me to the top of today's climb, because I've not really studied the route this morning. I'm just kind of tracking it on my computer. So far so good. I've not had to push yet, and I got through a couple of reds and yellow and red segments. Yellow being very hard, red usually for me being pushed, but I managed to get through it, and I keep misting up, but so far fast enough to keep away from the midges and no flies or clegs. Right, that way. Over the top of this one now, and no stopping, which I'm pretty pleased with myself about, really. It's a little bit warm, so I'm struggling to see because my glasses keep steaming up because I'm not going at any great pace, but pleased with that. So I'm almost at the top now. I've got a couple of other lumps which just take me slightly to a bit higher, more elevation, if all that makes sense, and then, you know, it's kind of downhill all the way to Inveraray, so we're doing pretty well. It's 20 to 10, so I don't know how long I've been going, maybe about an hour or something like that, 45 minutes, so very good. Right, up and down, up and down, up and down. We'll get a couple of track shots on the track cam, and we'll pick this up on the top of this today's climb. So that's me over the highest point of today. 10 miles left now to Inveraray, and the profile is mainly downhill all the way now, so we're going to make light work of this. Obviously there's a couple of little ramps in between, but nothing significant, and lovely views, absolutely fantastic. We're doing well, just over an hour cycling, so flying along. Right, we'll go a little bit further and see how this goes. I'm back down to the main 83 now, so get my lights on, and probably around about 5 miles or something like that on the road, so largely unpleasant, but it should go fairly quickly. Right, I'll get my lights on. So that's it, all done. 17 miles this morning, and just for you that's not seen Inveraray, a cheeky little drive-by just to show you that this lovely village, and it is a lovely village. It was heaving yesterday and it's busy already this morning. This morning being 11:15, so back in great time, and I really enjoyed this this second day. They were both tough, with the big climb yesterday and then the climb again from the go this morning, but did it reasonably well, so I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it too. Don't forget, if you enjoyed it, we do like thumbs up. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.